Disqualified MLAs hold a meeting at Ramesh Jarkiholi's residence. They are in Bengaluru. Disqualified MLAs hold a meet ahead of the Supreme Court order. Expelled MLAs are right now discussing options before them. Supreme Court likely to decide the fate of disqualified MLAs by tomorrow. Now, Supreme Court to decide the fate of disqualified MLAs tomorrow. The verdict had to come out today, but it seems like a hurdle has come in the way. The audio-video clipping of B.S. Yediyurappa, where he almost admits in his speech at a meeting, where saying that disqualified members reposed faith in the BJP, trusted them and gave up their positions only because they wanted to see the BJP come to power in Karnataka. But now it seems like they are betraying them. Disqualified MLAs now hold a meeting at Ramesh Jarkiholi's residence in Bengaluru and meet ahead of the Supreme Court order, while expelled MLAs are all set to discuss options before them. Supreme Court likely to decide by tomorrow what's going to be their political future. Let's go over to my colleague Arun joining us on phone line. Arun, please do give us some details on this meeting in Ramesh Jarkiholi's house. Clearly, Ramesh Jarkiholi here looking like the ringleader. Time and again, they meet up and huddle up at Ramesh Jarkiholi's residence. This time too is no different. They're worried about the Supreme Court's verdict, and ahead of that, they gather at Jarkiholi's house.
Absolutely, Nabila, and look at the location. This is supposed to be a ministerial bungalow, but the person in question is no longer a minister, and to boot, he's not even an MLA, but he hasn't vacated the building. That clearly indicates the kind of pampering perhaps the present political dispensation is willing to offer these disqualified MLAs. And as you rightly pointed out, they are virtually at the crossroads. Tomorrow, perhaps, it will be known in no uncertain terms as to what fate awaits them. Whether the disqualification will be upheld or whether it will be set aside. And as far as that particular audio is concerned, which went viral featuring the state's chief minister,
right,
there was an admission or there was a kind of an inkling as to which way the verdict could literally swing. Now, amidst all this, the two parties, the opposition parties, that is the Congress and the JDS, have now approached the court of law, and thankfully enough, tomorrow a 5-minute window has been offered to the Congress Council to explain the contents and the relevance of that particular conversation that the Chief Minister of the state had with senior leaders of that political party. So whether that will swing the decision, whether it will have an influence, we can't say at this point of time. But the very fact that the apex court has taken note of this development and allowed for a presentation to go on for about 5 minutes does indicate the fact that the apex court is seized of the severity of the situation, where it appears that money is the underlying factor, or inducements are the underlying factors rather than the process of ballot and democracy, Nabila.
Right, Arun, it's clear now that the disqualified members are quite hassled, flustered, upset. In fact, this audio-video clipping that's come to the fore clearly will pinch the disqualified members' prospects more than the BJP's, really, isn't it?
Well, it may pinch them, but look at the kind of open admission and this kind of right royal treatment that's being meted out.
Right, so the BJP has nothing to lose here. It's mostly the disqualified members only that have more or less everything to lose.
They have apparently not lost. I refer to the place where the meeting is taking place. Clearly, it appears that you don't have to be in power to enjoy power. If you know the powers to be, you can perhaps even enjoy power. And that seems to be the travesty of democracy as far as Karnataka is concerned at this point of time, Nabila.
Right. Arun, thank you very much. We're looking at visuals coming in from Sankey Road. Very clearly, Arun saying that disqualified members are headed to the official residence of Ramesh Jarkiholi. He is a disqualified member of the Legislative Assembly, but yet he holds the government office. He's no more a minister, but still holds the government office, and the current government has really allowed that leeway for Ramesh Jarkiholi and all the disqualified members there to huddle up in Ramesh Jarkiholi's house time and again. This is not the first time. We've seen a couple of times that the members have met at Jarkiholi's official residence. Even though he's no more a minister, they still find that place available. Clearly now, disqualified members are quite bothered, troubled with the fact that the Supreme Court verdict is not coming out sooner than what they expected. It's going to be only trouble mounting on them if the Supreme Court tomorrow, hearing the opposition's plea against the disqualified members, if they are managed to convince the court that this was a staged poaching that took place in Karnataka, if at all they can prove that this was, all these disqualified members were party to Operation Kamala, and the reason to why they resigned from the party itself, eventually they got disqualified, the reason to why they resigned first was only to destabilize the government and form a government with the opposition at that point of time. This certainly comes under several laws that should be looked into by the Supreme Court, but clearly the fact that the Supreme Court is thinking hard and thinking long to actually give out a verdict now raises a lot more questions with this video coming to the fore.